Hey guys, welcome back to the Snap-Ring Chronicles. We're coming back at you with another Ratchet video. Today's video or Ratchet is an Easco, but before we get into this, if you can give me a like and also subscribe to this channel if you find tools or ratchets or any such thing interesting, give me a like and a subscription. Okay guys, we have the Easco, and this is model 711106, is forged in USA. This one looks like it's a little bit worn. See some of the chrome there on the sharp edge is flaked off, and the handle, the knurling's pretty decent. It's uniform pretty much from the bottom to the top. There's like no flat spots or just areas where it's uneven. It looks pretty even. And here's the bottom. The chrome looks a little lackluster, as you can see there. You're missing some of the chrome around the sharp edges here. So that's what it looks like. This is the 1/4 inch model, and it has the quick release. And this must be maybe a little bit later on, because in the Easco run of the fine tooth round head, because of the quick release. I think earlier models didn't have a quick release because of this one. Here's a very similar, made by Easco also. This is Craftsman, and they always had the quick release on this model, and I think they had the patent, so Easco had to wait a while before they can make their own version, which is, they made both of these, but they had to wait because I guess that Sears sat on the patent for the quick release, so they had to wait before they would be able to add a quick release. That's just conjecture on my part. That's what I'm thinking, because I know Sears wanted to keep a quick release under, as a monopoly for a while under the patent. Patents last, I think, I'm not sure, I think like 15 years. So I guess they were hoping to be the only quick release for around 15 years before the patent would run out. Well, that's a look at the Craftsman. And here's the Easco. You see the Easco, it's got a round handle. The Craftsman has got like more of a flatter handle that goes all the way down. And yeah, that's about it. So let's open this up and see what we find. This I did not clean. This is one of those videos where we're gonna actually see what one of these ratchets look like that hasn't been really serviced too much in its lifetime. So these are a little bit easier to take apart than they are to put back together. So, and it has the ring. Where's the ring? There's the ring. There's the channel there for the ring. And here's the ring. That's what that looks like. You see it's pretty grungy, pretty dirty. And here is the mechanism. You can see there's a lot of dirt and grease and grime here. I can pick it out in chunks. You can see there. So we can tell that this hasn't been really serviced too much in its lifetime. The teeth, this is a double pawl design, as you see here. So there are 3 teeth per side. The teeth don't look too bad. They don't look that great, but they don't look like they've been abused. They are pretty much intact. There, you can see. And here's a quick release, and the quick release seems kind of sluggish. I could feel it going in and out, but not very positively. It will hold let me get a socket here. It will hold a socket. So it is working. Here's a unknown brand chrome vanadium 11 socket from Japan. So this is one of those kind of cheapy sockets from the 70s that came in a lot of sets, made in Japan. Okay, to take this apart, I'm thinking that the quick release you won't be able to take apart, but I won't, or maybe I will be able to. I'm looking at, because there's a ball, the two balls on each side with the spring in the middle, so I might be able to take this apart. The problem with these is that you see on the pawl pins, they've been peened or cut out a little bit, so they kind of hold, they kind of grab on. This one maybe will come out easy. Yeah, this one seems like it comes out pretty easy. Here are the pins. See that kind of like a little hole there on each side. It's like a peen they put, and they do that to keep it in place inside the hole. And here's the pawl. As I said, I think they tried to oil this a little bit. You can see some oil there. Not too clean though. See the bottom there? Pretty grimy. The holes have been chamfered, so that's pretty good. And you can see the teeth on the pawl there. You can see that more sharply there. And let's take a look at let's finish up with the mechanism. Okay, you can see the post with the ball still sitting on there, and the ball is tiny. It looks like you won't, I don't know if you'll be able to see how small this is, but it looks like a BB from like a 7-shot or an 8-shot BB from like a shotgun shell. It's really tiny. That's why it's kind of like it might not be that fun to take these apart, because you don't want to lose that. If you lose that, you kind of SOL. They're so small, be hard to find. Here's the spring that goes between in the quick release button there. And now I might be able to take out the quick. Yep. There's the other ball bearing is still in the hole on the other side, and this is what the switch looks like for the quick release. And I think I might leave that pawl in there just to save a little bit of time. And in there, and all that schmutz and grease and grime, I believe there's a spring in there somewhere. me see. There might be a spring. Yeah, there's a spring in there, but it doesn't look like it wants to come out, and I don't want to spend like 5 minutes trying to get it out. Let me do a couple of more tries and see if I can grab it. If not, I'll just leave it at that. No, doesn't seem like it wants to come out, but you can see all the grime and dirt and grease in here. Okay, now I'm gonna attempt to put this back together. But before I do that, I'm gonna just put this switch in. Remember the ball bearings on the other side that goes underneath the pawl? Try to get that in there. You can see the spring, this switch is spring activated. Is it this spring activated? No. No, there's a spring in there. Okay. And for now, I'll leave that. Let me get to the housing or the head. You can see in there, it looks pretty like dirty. It's pretty dirty all over, pretty grimy. There's one thing I was kind of not sure about. Let's see if we can see it here. See, the teeth here are kind of a bit sharp. They're still sharp. And then you got these teeth over here that are flatter. Just this side. Let's see if you can see that a little bit better. See it there? See those teeth down there? They look pretty flat. And I'm not sure. And then you see they kind of get pointier over here. They flatten out down there. And then about up here, they start to get pointy again. And they're pointy all around until they hit this section here. And they're pretty flat. I'm not sure if this is from use, it's been ground down, or that's just bad broaching. And I'm gonna lean on the side of bad broaching, because usually the head here and the metal in the head usually should be a lot harder or harder than the pawls. So, and I'm looking at the pawls, and they don't look that bad. So I'm figuring maybe it's just a little bit of sloppy broaching. They got this side flat and the rest over here sharper, but I could be wrong. It could be attrition. So anyhow, that's what I wanted to show inside the head. And Easco has like a reputation for their own brand tools and ratchets being better quality than brands that they contract out, like the Sears contract. Usually people say that that when they made stuff under Easco, their stuff was better quality. But who knows what happened towards the end, because towards the end it could have quality could have slipped either way. So now I'm gonna try to get this tiny ball. Yeah, it's it's probably not gonna cooperate, but I'm gonna try. And if I have to, I'm gonna cut away because I don't want to spend 10 minutes trying to put this together. Hopefully I can get this in one shot. Okay. That looks like it might have worked. Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, I was able to do it. Now if I can get this pin to go to seat better. Because I gotta get that cap over it like this. And you can see that the cap isn't closing all the way because the pin is kind of sticking out. I'll flatten it down like that. See, that's where those pins kind of and the pin grab onto this, and it's kind of hard to get them out and push them back in. Sometimes you get lucky where they kind of work themselves loose, and or they're in a position where the hole is a little bit bigger and you can pull them out by hand if you're lucky. Okay, the mechanism works. This is kind of the hard part because you gotta get this ring in the channel, and then you gotta compress it. Then you gotta compress it and be able to push the mechanism in, and the poles are kind of like spread out, and that becomes a little bit hard. Yeah, this is gonna be not that great, because even when you compress the ring, it's pushing the mechanism in because the poles are like expanded there. Let me see if I can get them in the middle. If I can get them in the middle. But it's hard to get them in the middle because underneath the pole is like a little bat wing, or a little like two sections with a little mountain in between. So they make it harder for you to even get these poles centered. There we go. That's not gonna hold, but I'll try it. If not, I'm gonna cut away because this video is already long. But let me give it a try. It's already pretty long, the video. Look, and the poles have come out already. So I'm gonna cut away and do this, and I'll be back. Okay, this is kind of one of those try at your own risk kind of ratchets. It's kind of hard to get back together, as you just saw. So if you attempt to take the 1/4" one especially apart and put it back together, do it at your own risk. Don't yell at me later on that it was too hard to put back together, because these can be a pain in the butt to put back together, especially to get that ring and the poles in the right position where you can just slip it in. It's gonna take you quite a few tries. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for this ratchet. Just a little bit more of like realistic ratchet finds, like before I clean them up, and you can see what usually you find inside ratchets that have been used and have been sitting and haven't been serviced. probably since day one, what they kind of look like inside. So alright guys, that's all I got for now. Until next time.